Hello, hello, hello. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of February. So as we know, some things are getting accelerated. For example, we've waited a really, really long time for certain topics to come to the surface. And it has frustrated the hell out of a lot of people having to be hidden for so long, right? But we're seeing things. We're seeing things in the justice system. We're seeing things on the corruption of our government and the corruption of media outlets and the individuals within them. We're hearing more about everybody gathering together and rallying together and complimenting each other for what they're standing up for. So if you notice, I'm using my words here. So with that being said, when we get heated up, and even if we think we're calm, cool, and collected, we're getting heated up with the energy waves of the environment. So just think of yourself in a microwave. We don't see the waves, but we know that there's something that has literally done something to our food. Yeah, kind of cracks me up, and then people still eat it because God knows what wave just changed the molecules in most of that food. But anyhow, let me not get off track here. So as this is occurring energetically, we can feel it in our bodies, so it heats up our bodies. So when that is conjoined with many other things, for example, no sleep, slight headache, feeling a little off kilter, a little off balanced, feeling heated up, which creates, you want to get a little agitated, maybe plucking a nerve sooner than a nerve would normally be plucked. Yeah, those kinds of things. So of course my old standby is what? Stop, drop, sit, connect with your breath, stop, drop, sit. Right? Okay. That's the very first, it's free to you at 24/7. Okay. It's a revolving open door. You can step into it anytime you want and expand the breath. The other thing you can do is just start maybe in the morning with, you can do a mantra or you can do an affirmation, or you can just have something that you just, a memory that you want to pull out during the day. So when these times, when you've got things that you need to complete during the day, and then all these other things are piling on top of stuff, and so your explode button is a lot closer to your hand than you thought, you can bring that up. You can bring it up. So sometimes for me, I will keep a stone in my pocket and try to remember not to put it through the washer. Yeah. Anyway, I'll put it in my coat pocket since it is winter here. And one of the ones I will carry is like a little stone quartz, rose quartz, stone quartz. Listen to me. Yeah, okay. Brain cell, one half is not working. Anywho, so I carry this in my pocket. And then sometimes I just reach my hand in it. I don't even have to be in any environment that is already, I'm feeling it. I do it as a preventative. So if I'm going to walk into an environment, or I'm getting in my car and maybe I know traffic might be a little hit or miss congestion, I just reach in my pocket and I allow my kinesthetic fingers, which energetically are brain, by the way, and I just allow them to just feel the stone. And then I think of the stone as a soft pink, and I think of its love and why I put it in my pocket, and so on. Now, there are times when I have to remind myself when I purchase stones for these kinds of things that I get a small stone, because it's just easy to have in the pocket. It doesn't have any weight. And also, if I did decide to like throw it, it wouldn't do as much damage. because sometimes, yeah, oh yeah, I can get a little spitfiery, and sometimes it's a lot more than a spit. So when energies are coming around like this, the me, myself, and I has got to get in check before I can't roll it back, if you know what I'm saying. And I have no right to take energy that I have full power and control over to throw it all out there and just douse everybody with my crapola. You all know how I feel about that. That is, no. Mm-mm. Your energy's sacred. It's your fuel, it's your fire, it's your information, it's everything. And so you got to learn how to hone it and skill it and keep it in check and in free-flowing balance with the God source energy. So when you don't, and it gets all and then all of a sudden you're like, and you do, and you're like, oh, I did not mean to snake bite them. Ow, that was mean. So just reel it back in, okay? Before you just keep it in, keep it contained, have a happy thought for that day, maybe have a little mantra, an affirmation, maybe wear a pin, maybe wear a necklace that you feel is significant to a meaning, emotion, a feeling, a thought. Little stones in the pocket, little stones really help a lot. Now, the other thing is about your energy and knowing that you have the power to bless everything. So douse the store before you get in it, douse the car before you get in it, douse yourself. Sometimes you need a little more than just to douse. You're going to have to like whole buckets full. And that is really a lot of what this energy is pulling out of people. Yeah, it can get a little nutty, but before it gets nutty, know in advance that you can set your dial so that you don't feed into anything that you're not looking to feed into, that you're not reacting to do anything. You're choosing your responses. So today I had to drive a good ways home from a place. So a friend of mine had called, and we always get into hot topics about just energetic things, you know. So as I was driving back, I realized I haven't eaten anything today, and it's like 11 o'clock and I'm getting a little hungry. So when I got home, I'm still on the phone with her on my headset. So I decided, I'm so hungry. I'm going to make a couple, eggs over easy. And I bought this really cool sourdough rosemary toast. So I get 2 pieces out, right? So as I'm making things, I sauteed some spinach. And then I realized I really don't need that second piece of toast. I just don't. I know what I'm going to feel like in an hour if I'm double breading it this morning. That's not going to be good. So anyway, I finished my conversation with her and I sat down and I started to cut my food. And then I realized, I have not blessed my food and given great thanks for these sacred nutrients that are coming into this sacred body, So I started blessing it and I took a bite and chewing that. Before I even swallowed, I got the second bite going in and I realized I'm shoveling it. And I hear, if that food was so sacred, why are you stuffing such a big amount in your mouth? I remember putting the food in my mouth going, oh man. Because you can only be blessed so much, but then if you self-sabotage, like for example, when you have your mouth full like that, number one, you're taking in a lot of air to work it around, okay? So that means you're not really working it fully. You're not masticating it. So it's kind of going down in chunks. And when it goes down in chunks, then it doesn't fully get broken down with the enzymes from the stomach. So then it gets shoved into small intestines where it's supposed to be. Your nutrients are then pulled through the small intestines and then passed through the bloodstream. And then whatever is left, it's dehydrated and pressed down into the large intestines. Bet you didn't think you're going to get a whole digestive class today. Well, anyway, I love poop. I'm always talking about shit. But anyway, so then you pass it down there, and then because it's still kind of not super digested, you can get, a bothered stomach, you can get acid reflux, you can get a lot of gas. Now, Not that I get it or anything like that, but just in case you do, slow it down. So what I did in that moment was, wow, I was kind of hungry and I was allowing my stomach to draw it in as fast as I could. I did kind of give it a blessing, but I didn't allow my energy to kick into grateful gear. It didn't kick into grateful gear. So I was like, I wasn't hungry enough to double fist, because I joke around about that all the time. Just put 2 forks right there and I'm good. And be like, oh, pop a bottle of wine, forget the glass, who wants to clean dishes? Just put a big giant straw in there. And then the joke was, every time I went to someone's house, I used to go to 7-Eleven to get those giant ass Slurpee straws. And I would do it just so people thought I did that at home, because it was just me being the jokester. Anyway, back to the food. So if something is sacred to you and something is being blessed by you or already blessed for you, and you're just dabbling in a little more blessing, learn to kick into the appreciation, grateful gear. So now the body slows down, the breath expands, and then you're consciously appreciating what it is that you're doing. And in this case was eating. And so I did slow it down, and I'm kind of glad I was at the table by myself, because, it's kind of like one of those, what's the movie with Eddie Murphy when he has like himself as all the characters? That happens to me a lot. Well, anyway, before you go ingesting and getting digestion problems and all that stuff, just stop, drop, sit, connect with the breath. Really, truly honor what it is that you're blessing. Don't just bless it and shovel it in, kind of like what I did. That's what I did. Carry a stone with you, carry a thought, carry a memory, carry something that softens you, that allows you to and step back in to this divine vessel and have your energy close by, and it's all intact, and you're loving it and you're taking care of it. And so whenever you pass by anyone or have to interact with anyone or cast a smile out to anyone, it has this loving, empowered energy to it, right? So don't get out of sorts, folks. Don't get large stones, in case you know. And then slow down on your eating. And so let that just be some things to think about for today while the energy's doing what it's doing, and you don't even need to take a brain cell to figure out what the energy's doing. Okay? Just know how you feel. Get into the barometer of how you feel, adjust your dial, and go about your day accordingly. All right? Love and light. Love light, love light, because you are love light. You are everything and then some of love light. And I like you. And yeah, so I appreciate it since I like you. And yeah, my stone's small. Would you do me a favor, please, and like, subscribe, share, leave me a message, and leave me a message like you care. All right, bye.